All right. So yep. So yeah. So hi everyone. My name is Leo. Today I'll walk you through why Rails is still one of the most secure frameworks available today. So we'll explore common web attacks and how Rails protects your app automatically. All right. So first about me. So I've been in the BPO industry for about 5 years before I get into um, shift my career into tech. So I rediscovered coding through Free Code Camp. Anyone knows Free Code Camp here? Yep. I mean the local ones. It's actually has a Free Code Camp Manila. Anyone here? Oh no. Okay. Okay. All right. So and then I started as a WordPress developer in 2020. And then I shifted to Ruby on Rails development in 2021. And right now I'm a software engineer at Nara Labs. So thank you, Nara. All right. So yep, let's start. So there's actually misconceptions about Rails security. So Rails is almost 20 uh, years, and some people assume that old means insecure. So that's actually not true. So Rails is one of the most secured focused frameworks because many security protections are built in, turned on by default, and battle tested from years of use. So yeah, pretty much that's it. And it's very hard to sync it here. All right. All right. So the Rails security philosophy. So there are three that we can actually discuss about. So it is secure by default. Convention over configuration reduces human error. Also, it has an active community and also fast security patches. And we're gonna go ahead and uh, go through those one by one. So first, secure by default. So this means Rails enables critical security protections automatically. So without needing any extra config from you. And when you create, say, for example, when you create a form, it gets a CSRF token. So I believe everybody here actually is familiar with that. When you render text, it's escaped. Um, Rails actually assumes you want a secure application. So you get those the most uh, security protection that we have. So XS escaping, CSR protection, and SQL sanitation. Then we go to the convention over configuration. So security issues often come from forgetting settings, actually. So Rails avoids this by giving you conventions. So things like authenticity tokens and signed cookies just actually happening by default. So you're less likely to make risky mistake. So active community plus fast security, it means that Rails has a dedicated team. So it has a core team. Bugs are actually found early because the ecosystem is huge, actually it's big. So and patches are released quickly. Keeping Rails updated is one of the easiest ways to stay secure. So yeah, large and mature ecosystems. Um, so let's go to the built-in security features. So these are the most common security features that we have in Rails. So there are others, but these are the things that we'll be discussing about. So yep, CSR protection, uh, XSS protection or cross-site scripting, SQL injection, and strong parameters. So the first one is the CSR protection. So it means that um, it happens when an attacker tricks a victim into submitting a request they didn't intend to. For example, a malicious site can submit a form that deletes your account. So I believe I have an example for that, but we're gonna go ahead and yeah, let me show you that. So this is actually the example of an attack for CSRF. So a malicious site submits a form in your behalf. Your browser includes your session cookie automatically. So the attacker hopes Rails will accept that request for you. So as you, I mean. So yep. And the defense the Rails has is authenticity token. So hirap di kasi. So Rails automatically generates CSRF tokens in forms. So you don't need to set it up. So I believe one time I actually used a PHP framework. Is it okay to name the framework? But anyway, it's just PHP framework. So I need to explicitly type the CSRF in the form. So in Rails, you don't have to do that. It's actually just enabled by default. So, yep. So I believe I have an example here. Yeah, if the attacker does not have the authenticity token, if it's missing or invalid, it will Rails will just reject the request. So here's the example of the form that has a hidden. If you actually try to inspect the form in Rails, so you're going to be able to see that um, input attribute with the authenticity token. So that's actually enabled by default. So the next thing is we have this cross-site scripting. So it means that the attacker inspects a JavaScript into your page, or sorry, inject JavaScript into your page. So usually through a form or a text field, the script runs in a user's browser. The attacker can steal cookies or take over your account. So here's actually what happens. Say, for example, if you have a blog app with a comment section, so attacker actually tries to put this into the comment section or the comment field, the text field that you have. So this is actually how it happens in Rails. So most of us actually are familiar with this code. So this is actually a um, it's letting you it's letting the Rails to kind of what do you call this, to run the script. So that script will run and then they might actually do some bad things in your app. So how to actually to protect that? So the Rails actually has this kind of auto-scaping in views. So instead of just typing that HTML shape, you just have to render the shape rendering that we have in Rails. So this is actually the simple code that we have. So it's simple, but it's powerful because it's actually safe. All right. So and the output of so you see here, this the script tag that you have there. So if we have it saved or the Rails actually auto escapes it in views, that's the output of that particular script you have. So it will just print the text instead of executing the JavaScript. All right. All right. Next is the SQL injection protection. So this actually happens when the user input is placed inside a SQL query. So attackers insert the SQL logic like the yeah like this the or one is equals to one, and then this is actually bypassing the conditions or exposure data. So this is one of the oldest but still uh, common attacks actually. So this is actually how it happens. So in this example, uh, a search query is mistakenly inserted into the SQL string. The attackers inject the or statement there, so which turns the query into kind of like saying return everything. Uh, but Rails actually protects you if you avoid the handwritten SQL. So how we can actually so this is actually the what it looks like if we do this search method in Rails. um it's not parameterized, I guess. Actually, it is not. So the database received this kind of um statement. So that will actually get all the posts, even if private or draft fans, if you have the plug app. But the Rails actually has some kind of a safe code for that. So you just have to uh, parameterize the search method. So, but by using that uh, search method, so it will just give you the safe query like this. And then even if the what do you call this? The attack payload stays as plain text. So there's no kind of like a executing the SQL command for that. What else? So the ones that we have here also is the strong parameters. So kind of like the mass assignment protection. All right. So the this actually happens when a user sets attributes that they shouldn't, like making themselves an admin. So Rails prevents that by requiring you to explicitly whitelist the attributes. So here's the example. Sorry, it's actually changing the layout. So suppose you have this kind of post model in your app, and then someone actually clever enough to get this into um, submits this malicious code or post, and then you have this kind of uh, statement in your code. So this is actually not safe. So it will actually the attacker becomes your admin or impersonates someone or another user. So that's actually dangerous. But in order to prevent that, we need to use strong parameters for this one. So you have to declare or you have to create a method. So I believe most of us in Rails actually familiar with this. So it's kind of like permitting only the attributes that are actually you want to modify or you want to add or do the basic CRUD. So this is actually the safe version. So it whitelists only the title and the body in this example. So if the attacker actually sends those fields like with the admin and the user ID, Rails will just discard them. So no attack will happen. All right. So let's go with the how Rails actually encourages secure development. So we have three here. So generators and scaffolds. Actually, they by default they actually use security. They have they are using secure defaults actually. So the things that we actually discussed, and then secure patterns, and then framework level security instead of manual handling. So here, when you generate scaffolds, Rails already includes the strong params. So the strong parameters like the one that we have there. So if you kind of type the scaffold, Rails scaffold, post the model, you'll get the CRUD, all the CRUD um methods that you have in the controller. So including the strong params. So it's actually there by default if you use scaffold. So uh, the next one is this are the secure patterns that we have. So Rails pushes you towards safe patterns, escaping output, avoiding raw SQL, uh, using helpers like link underscore to and button underscore to methods. They actually automatically include the security token or the authenticity token that we discussed earlier. And then framework level security instead of manual handling. So this is actually instead of relying on the developers trying to remember everything, every security steps that we have. So Rails actually applies those protections consistently, so you don't have to remember. So did I actually put the CSRF in my form, or do I have something like that? So it's actually on by default, so you don't have to worry about the security. And what else? So let's go to the reinforcing security in practice. Oh, sorry. So in practice, actually, I really suggest that you use the some kind of like a automated scanners. I believe those are gems. Maybe I can share something about that later. Actually, keep Rails and gems updated, and follow the Rails security guide. So this actually one of those gems for uh, automated scanners, the Brakeman gem. So the we call this Brakeman actually scans your code and warns you about vulnerabilities, unsafe SQL, missing parameters. What else? Unescape output. So something like that, sort of things that you tend to forget, but actually Brakeman actually does it for you.
You use that as like a post commit hook or
I'm sorry.
Brakeman? Use it, you put it as like a commit hook or what?
I believe we have some kind of like how to use it. So it's a gem. You can actually install it, or you can add as a gem file in your Rails app. And then there's a command actually for how to use it. Honestly, I'm not using it right now, but when I actually try to search about Brakeman, this is actually what it's actually suggested. So if you want to run a scan, just uh,
Okay,
enter
so
the Brakeman.
yeah, you run it locally.
Yep, yep. So and then the output is actually something like that. So warning, unescape output, or what is actually the file showing, or the affected file that they
Yeah,
actually show. Yep. So the other one is bundler audit gem. So this is actually check your the vulnerable gem versions. So gems actually has versions. So if you have old versions, so I believe you need to update it so it kind of remains secure. So warns you about known CVEs. So ensures your dependency is safe. So CVE that's actually a abbreviation for common vulnerabilities and exposures. So it's like a unique ID for what do you call this? Well, it's like a product recall ID, but in actually software vulnerabilities. So that's how actually a bundler audit works. So yep. So in order for you to use that, you can install it or add it in your gem file, and you can also run commands here. So something like that. It will actually give you some outputs as well. So it's very helpful if you're trying to check your Rails app if it's actually secure. Oh, what else? So yep, keep Rails and gems updated. That actually most security issues come from outdated versions. So updating your Rails version and gems regularly, that actually ensures um, that you automatically receive security patches. So the next one is follow the Rails guide. So I have the link here if you want to kind of, you know, check on it. There are lots of security vulnerability sorry, vulnerabilities that you can find here, but we just discussed a portion of it. So yeah, you can actually check it if you want. Um, so the key takeaways here. So Rails is secure because it's designed that way, and also Rails protect beginners and empowers senior developers. So it reduces human error, protects beginners, and gives senior developers strong tools to build even safer systems. So I think there's another one. So adopt the secure by design mindset. So it means that security is a mindset, meaning it's actually kind of like a habit. So it's a way of thinking and a way of building software where you kind of consistently choose the safer option, even when the unsafe one is actually looks easier. So yep, I believe that's it.
That is.
Yes. All right. Thank you.